Hey guys, it's your favorite doctor, it's Dr. Motivation, and today we're going to be talking a little bit about teenage pregnancy and how to manage teenage pregnancy So before we get started, can we just all release the word sex? Sex, 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 sex. Okay, now that we've all said the word, we've gotten it out of our system. It's not that deep, guys. It's a natural thing. People do it all the time. Sex, 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 sex. For those of you who don't know, I am an obstetrician and gynecologist in training. And today in clinic, I saw 5 teenage pregnancies. I saw 4 15-year-olds in grade 10 who were pregnant and 1 18-year-old who was pregnant. So this is obviously a problem. It's unacceptable for students who are in high school to be falling pregnant when they should be focusing on their studies. So I posted a post and the post said sex, sex. And everybody got uncomfortable. Everybody was shocked. What is she talking about? Why is she posting that? And I think part of the problem that we have with teenage pregnancy is the fact that our adults are still uncomfortable about the topic of sex. Our adults still think that this topic is taboo. And if we're feeling that way, it's impossible for us to educate the new generation adequately on sex and to educate them adequately on safe sex practices and prevention, etc. And that is what is contributing to the global epidemic of teenage pregnancy. Okay, so when I see a patient in clinic, this is how I deal with the patient. This is how the consultation goes, and this is how the consultation should go. Please bear in mind that we work in an academic institution, in a public institution where the queues are long and we need to move fast. But it's important to take your time with teenage pregnancy. It's a topic very close to my heart, so I really do spend time with these patients of mine, but I go quickly, I'm effective at the same time. So first of all, you need to establish a good relationship with these teenagers. When they walk into your consultation room, they're feeling ashamed, they're feeling condemned, they're feeling convicted, they're embarrassed. So they're always very shy, they're very quiet. They'll normally be wearing really baggy clothes so they can hide the abdomen, the gravid abdomen, etc. So when they come in, it'll be like, hi, how are you? I'm Dr. Landful. And they'll be like, hello, very shy, very quiet. And then you'll be like, oh, how many weeks pregnant are you? Then they'll be like, I don't know. Or they'll be like, oh, 30 weeks. I think I'm 30 weeks or whatever. And then I'll ask them, do you know who the father of the baby is? Then they'll be like, oh, yes, I do. Then they'll be like, tell me about the father of the baby. Then they'll be like, well, this girl wants to know about baby daddy. Okay. And today, actually, a patient of mine was like, no, he's handsome and he's cute and he's honest. And I'm like, oh, okay, is he in your school? She's like, yes, he's a matriculant. I'm in grade 10. So now she started to feel a little bit more comfortable with me, And that's how you establish the relationship. And from then on, you can build on and they trust you and they'll let you know the information that you need to know. Another very important thing that I always say to all of my teenage pregnancies is I always say to them, sex is nice, hey? Like you're homonati dieting because it is nice. That's why people do it. And as soon as you say that, they always laugh. They're always like, hi, doctor. Or they're like, yo, or whatever. The reaction is always the same. When you tell them that sex is nice, they're like, oh my word. This person is speaking the truth. This person is transparent. I can trust them. And once you establish that relationship with them, they will then start to divulge more and more information to you. So it's very important to be transparent, be open, be transparent. Do not be judgmental when you're dealing with teenage pregnancy at all. So once you've spoken to them a little bit about their bear, you've spoken to them a little bit about the circumstances around the pregnancy, you've spoken to them a little bit about the fact that sex is nice and that's why they're doing it, now you can get to the serious topic about prevention. So when you talk about prevention, right, you need to first of all establish what does this person know. So you ask them, do you know that there are ways that you can prevent falling pregnant? And they'll either say to you yes or no. Believe it or not, there are some people who don't know. One of my 15-year-olds today had no idea that you could prevent pregnancy. The other one knew that you need to go to the clinic, but she had no idea what they'll give you at the clinic. The other one was well aware of everything that was available, but she was just like, I didn't do it, So it's very important to establish what do they know, and then you give them more information. So for the one who knew nothing, I had to tell her about condoms. I had to tell her that you fall pregnant because the sperm enters the uterus and meets with an ovum, and that's how you fall pregnant. And then you tell them about all the different barrier methods that are available. You tell them about the female condom, about the male condom. You need to tell them that it's available for free at the local clinic. You need to tell them about oral contraceptives. You need to tell them about the implant, as well as the uterine contraceptive device. So for me, I think that a young person who's sexually active, pregnant at the age of 15, they need long-term contraceptive because they're going to be having sex for a very long time. The idea that somebody who's had sex is going to abstain because they fell pregnant is absurd, you know? When you think about Adam and Eve and the temptation that came with it, sex is very nice. That's why people are doing it. It wouldn't make sense that people keep falling pregnant if sex wasn't good. Sex is good. So you can't be telling somebody who just tasted forbidden fruit that they now need to abstain. We need to find other ways to make teenagers not fall pregnant. We need to approach it in a different way. And for me, I think establishing a good relationship with this patient is step number one. Number two, you need to educate them on what is available for them. You need to be supportive, and you need to make sure that after they deliver, that they start to engage with these different ways of preventing further pregnancies, because they're young. By the age of 26, they'll be like para-6. They have like 6 babies, and that's not okay. So teenage pregnancy, guys, I think a big problem is us adults. The fact that we think this topic is taboo. We don't talk to our kids about it. We don't talk to anyone about it. And then they're pregnant, and now we want to start treating the problem. So instead of treating the problem, let's prevent the problem. Let's talk to our children about sex. The first thing you need to tell them is that sex is nice. Sex is good. That's why people do it, and that's why it's forbidden. You need to stay in your lane. So the first thing you need to tell them is that sex is good, sex is nice, that's why people do it. That's why there's so many pregnant people walking around. Sex is good, it's nice, but you need to tell them about the complications of having sex, and most importantly, if they're going to have sex, how to protect themselves from falling pregnant, and more importantly, from STDs and HIV/AIDS.